Good morning, YouTube. It's your girl, Designer Row here, and what day is it? It is September 11th of 2021, and Saturday, and I am about to head downstairs and drop some seeds. It's been a few weeks since you've seen me. I have had a couple weeks off from the garden. Some of it was burnout, some of it was weather. Not making excuses or anything, but I'm back now. Some things have changed in the garden. I had to take out some of my tomato plants. It was that time, and I'm gonna take out another 2 today, I think. Some of my mustards that I planted have bolted, so I'll be replanting those. And then the groundhogs have gotten to some things. The cats have gotten to some things. And so I need to replant some of the things. And I gotta pull weeds, and I just need some maintenance. All the maintenance you would think you would need after probably 2.5 weeks of the garden being largely ignored. But I'm excited for my fall garden, and I'm just going to show you right quick what seeds I plan on dropping today. So first up here are going to be some radishes. I'm growing radishes for me and 2 other people, so don't look at me crazy for having this many radishes that I want to plant today. I'm going to do the Parks Beauty Blend. I think these are a pink, a red, and a purple, I think. I'm going to do, I just got these seeds in from Baker Creek. I'm really excited. These are the 18 jours radish. I think it just means 18-day radish. And it says unbelievably rapid yields. French heirloom radish will yield roots in 18 days under ideal conditions. So I don't know that I have ideal conditions, but I got 18. I even got 36 days if it goes twice as long. So I should be able to get those. And then I have these purple plum radishes. Who grew these? At Home with Cherie. She, in her spring garden, the radish that did the best for her was these purple plum. And I think she's in like zone 5A maybe. I don't know. So I figured if it can grow there, it can grow here. So I got these to try for myself in zone 6B. And then I have some sparkler white tip. So these will be fun. I have some broccoli di rapa novatina. It says that you need to start at 4 to 6 weeks before your last frost, and then it takes 30 days to maturity. And these seeds are from Pine Tree Garden Seeds. I think I'm playing it a little close with these, but I'm gonna give it a try. I'm not gonna plant a lot of them. And these aren't gonna be like those big, huge heads like we see in the grocery store. This is gonna be something smaller than that. I'm gonna plant some giant noble spinach. Gotta love that stuff. And it says here 45 days till maturity. And my first frost date is expected to be October 17th, I believe. So I have 30 days, but I feel like if some of this stuff gets along pretty far in the maturity process, that as long as we get a couple of light frosts, they should still continue to grow and mature for me. We shall see. That's my thinking on it. I don't really know. I just want to do better than I did last fall. And last fall I got some things. Moving on, I am going to be dropping some seeds for my favorite Japanese giant red mustards. I know these are cold hardy. Everything that I'm talking about is cold hardy, so And then I have these mustards. They're called the hybrid Savannah, and they're supposed to be 20 days to maturity from seed. So yeah, I got that. I got 20 days, just like I got 18 days. So I got 20 days to get these done. And then the last thing that I want to try out is, I can't read this package. It is in Russian, but I bought them off of Etsy, and they're supposed to be the mushroom herb. So I don't know if I have time. I can't find any information on it online. So I'm gonna plant a couple of the seeds, and if worse comes to worse, I'm gonna at least try to let the plant go to seed so I can have some more, because I can feel there aren't very many in here. Maybe 20 seeds, I don't know. But so I'm gonna try that. So yeah, I'm gonna go put these down, drop some seeds, maybe pull some weeds, and I'll be back to show you guys. Couple notables that I haven't mentioned. The first is that I planted that 42-day tomato. I wanted to tell you guys to give that a try. It's just got that classic red tomato flavor. It's not super jelly. It's about like your average tomato, to where the gel to meat ratio. The fruits were, I don't know, 4 to 8 ounces maybe each, and both plants gave me about a dozen tomatoes each. I don't know if it was really technically 42 days, but I know it was fast. So if you guys are looking for a fast maturing tomato plant, I definitely recommend that one. It's clearly determinate, so it's not going to keep producing and producing. If you want a lot of them, you're going to have to plant, more than one plant. But I would recommend it. I got the seeds from M.I. Gardner. And in fact, speaking of those seeds, I did just drop some, but not outside. I dropped them in my Arrow Garden Farm XL. We're going to see if we can grow some in the house, because I just love having fresh tomatoes at all times. And what else did I want to talk about? I had to pull my black cherry tomato plant. I pulled my mushroom basket tomato plant. I pulled the orange accordion tomato plant. I obviously pulled all of my early tomato plants, like my Beta Lux, my Oregon Spring, and my Silvery Fir Tree. Pulled all those. And so right now I'm left with 2 Dr. Witchy's yellow tomato plants. I have, I think 2 Sunrise Sauce tomato plants. I have do I have the Niagos? I'm not sure. I think I have the Niagos, and then I have the Sweetie Cherry tomato plant still, and the Sweetheart tomato plant. I have one of my 42-day tomato plants. The other one, as I mentioned earlier, the animals have been going at my garden, and so those were, one of them was demolished by some devilish kitty cats. So I only got one plant left, but it still has some decent sized fruits on it. I think there's like 3 or 4 left on it. And so that'll do it for now. All right, I'll be back in a moment. I went ahead and pulled this, I believe this was the Mini Love watermelon. I went ahead and pulled that too. I'm going to plant those Japanese red giant mustards in this container. My papalo was doing fantastic, as you can see. I might wind up dehydrating it. This is where those daggone groundhogs went through hell and earth to get to those cherry tomatoes and trampled my coleus. 2 weeks ago, I dropped seeds for these turnips, and look at all these cabbage worms that's on them. Ugh, so I gotta pick those off. My potatoes are looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with those right now. My onions back here are doing pretty good. The ones up front, not so big. These onions are doing just okay. I planted some carrots in there with those, and then nasturtiums. Here's one of my sunrise sauce. And the other sunrise sauce, I'm going to hold on to these for a minute. And then here's my asparagus. I'm saving my celery seed. And this is that 42-day tomato. All right, first up here is, this is where I had my pepper plant and my sunflowers that were over on this banister, but the cats knocked it down. It's over here. And I planted those 18-day radishes in there. I moved my leaf planter from out there with the other 2 green stalks to over here on the porch. I'm starting to prepare for fall, and I'm gonna want this closer to the door. So in here I transplanted some strawberries and some leafy greens. I don't know what that is, but it started somewhere, so I threw it in there. It doesn't look like it's gonna make it. There's some Ragged Jack kale that I transplanted. It doesn't look so good. Some mustards. Got some collards here. I started some herbs in here too. So we got some mushroom herb right here. And then some more, I think this is Ragged Jack. I think that's tatsoi down there. And then some mustards. And right here I planted, here, let's do this. I planted another mushroom herb. We'll see what happens there. Here I planted some black seeded Simpson. It started, but it's not looking good. I'm gonna have to replant that. Up here I got some collards, and so that's just started. I probably won't plant in the bottom 2 tiers because my groundhogs can get to those, and I have no way of stopping them. Here's that one of the 42-day tomato that the cats got a hold of. I'm trying to hang on to it. We'll see what happens. Look at that sap. I don't, they're probably not gonna make it, but whatever, I'm giving it a go. And I tried to save the onions that were in here. These are looking sad too. Some petunias. These are the scented ones, and they smell amazing. I forget where I got the seeds from. I want to say Park Seed. Moving on. Oh, let's check it out. My sedum is blooming. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. And my black-eyed Susan is down there. The vine, it never did take off like I thought it would, but if you walk up on it, you can see it. So here's the strawberries, the original ones. I bought 3 plants. There's this one, and that one down there. And today I transplanted, I want to say 8 runners that I rooted over the course of this summer. So I took 3 and made it 11. So that was a good investment, if you ask me. In here, I just planted some Japanese giant red mustards. Over here, my gold coin. Sunflowers finally did produce, but it's a little late. Sorry, guys. Here's my various crazy cherry that volunteered. I harvested some tomatoes today, just as I remembered. I'm so glad that came back because I've been tearing out my other tomatoes because they're not doing so well, and this one is just now starting to hit. So that was perfect timing. Here's my popolo. Looks amazing. I tested it in the dehydrator. It dehydrates very well. It does lose a little of its flavor, but popolo is super pungent. So I think what's going to happen here is in the next week or so, I'm going to cut it down to here and dehydrate all of this and use it as a spice. And then here's the other 42-day tomato. I'm gonna put these seeds down. These are some more I'm gonna be putting out. I don't know, what am I gonna put in this one? I think right here I will put spinach. Spinach will go in this one. But moving on. So this is that 42-day tomato. And it's not very big. It's been starved for attention for some time now. As you can see, the fruits are nice. They, as much rain as we have gotten, they have not cracked, and that is absolutely amazing. These weigh about 4 to 8 ounces, I'm gonna say. As you can see, just the weight of 2 has bent one of the stems, and so it's a good one. Try it out. Back here I got 2 cuttings from my coleus. Look at my sprouting broccoli, the purple one. That went nuts. I need to come out here and get some of this off. Just tastes like regular old broccoli. It's not gonna blow your mind, but it's good. And then the onions that are in here, look at this. Coleus is sprouting up everywhere in these containers. The onions in here aren't doing as great as the ones in the back there that are getting, I would say, a little bit more sun than these. So, but these have the compost in place. I need to start keeping that wet. All right, let's see. Here's my dollar store, my Dollar Tree containers. My candy cane pepper. All of the peppers have been about this size ever since, which isn't very big at all, but they're perfect for snacking and they taste fine. So I will grow this again, and as you know, a lot of that is due to the fact that the leaves are variegated, and I absolutely love them. And not only are the leaves variegated, but before they turn full red, so are the peppers. So that's been a productive little plant. Even though the fruits are small, it could be how I'm growing it. I would say I've probably harvested a dozen peppers off of that. The first flush was probably twice as big. So I imagine if I had grown these in ground, they would be twice as big, and I'd still be happy with them. Let's see what's going on here. My lavender, this just makes me so happy, and I got those 2 thyme plants. Pulled that black cherry out. I told you about that. Here's my sweetie. If we zoom in, we can see that some new ones are coming in. At first I was gonna pull it, but then I noticed that I had some coming in. So yeah, those right there are sweeties, sweetheart cherries. That's what this one is, sweetheart cherry. And then next to it is the sweetie cherry. Keeping that, obviously that's got a lot of fruit still on it. I have a lot of spaces in my Dollar Tree stackable containers to fill, but my lemon balm continued to do well. Parsley continued to do well over the summer. More parsley. Right here is a cayenne pepper plant, doing pretty good. It's really fruiting right now, which is exciting. Check those out. And then over here is my one lone poblano plant, but It's producing like crazy. Look at all that. I love it. I absolutely love it. So, and I went ahead and I've staked it up because, as you can tell, it's super windy today. And with all these fruits on it, eventually it's just going to get super heavy. So that was a preventative measure by tying it up. I've been cleaning out my green stalks. So where there was space of things that I pulled out, I threw in those strawberry transplants I was telling you guys about. Jalapeno is still producing here. I got a watermelon plant that started right there, and it's wrapped this way all the way around up until this is my last watermelon. Oops. And it is not ready yet. Gotta wait till that turns brown. There is a little finger eggplant. I'm gonna pull that. Here's another cayenne pepper plant. It's loaded. Those are looking good. I got some chard on this one. No idea what I'm gonna do with it. This is only the second time I've grown chard, and the first time I thought it tasted like dirt. But you don't just have to eat it raw the way I did that time. So I'm trying it again, and I'm gonna try to cook with it. And then if that doesn't work, I will go ahead and just powder it for my green powder. Look how many tomatoes are still on that sweetie. I don't know. For me, cherry tomatoes seem to do better lasting into the end of the growing season than do, your regular full-size tomatoes. So in this green stalk, I got corn coming up. This is my second stalk that's going to be close to coming to harvest. Wait, there's another one somewhere that's further along. I did one, and I was absolutely surprised to find that it was halfway germinated, I guess. I don't know how. I think, yeah, because I think they get the stuff from the top tassels up there, and then it sprinkles down onto these. I didn't even expect it to work, these are, baby corns. And I got the seeds from, I want to say, my gardener. But I was so surprised. I couldn't believe it. So it actually worked. I think if I were to plant a whole one, I would have done a lot better. But I still have, I think, at least half a dozen stalks on here. So we'll see if I get like a full one. But that was a good learning experience, so I'm not chalking that up as a failure. Here I had another open pocket, so I transplanted a strawberry runner in there. My cardinal basil is the bomb. It's awesome. It's so beautiful. You gotta grow it. Let's see, down here I got some peppers. This is a big old pepper plant. What's that one? That was the sweet cherry stuffer pepper. I saved seeds from this one because I loved it. It's so cute, number one. It tastes good, and I would like to grow that again. Yeah, so here's some more of that corn. Let's see if we can turn this one-handed. Well, we needed one hand and 1 foot, but we did it. Here's another strawberry I transplanted over to here, but look at this. So here's a baby corn right here. And it feels a little pollinated, definitely not all the way. Here's another transplanted strawberry. There's another stalk of corn coming in. I got marigolds for days. So I cleaned everything up over here. That's looking good. Remember down here I had 3 containers of the coleus, and the one that was here that had that volunteer cherry tomato finally got noticed by the groundhogs, and they tore that plant up. I moved it. I still need to do something with it, but so now I only got the 2, and that's fine. They still look great. Look at that. The coleus seeds got everywhere. So this was still is a strawberry plant. It's got some coleus growing in it from being cross-pollinated. But anyway, and then, but it was being attacked by the roly-polies. So I've been picking the roly-polies out as I see them. And we're gonna see if I can save this plant at all. Over here, coleus, got some, that to me that looks like potato, and I'm not sure how I have potato in there. I just certainly didn't plant it in there. So what I'm guessing is, if it is potato, I set it down in there when I was planting them up back here and forgot about it, and then they just started growing in there. Over here, the kale, cabbage worms have gotten it. Calendula, I'm just letting it go to seed, and I'm saving all the seeds. I'm going to plant this up again, but I'm going to put in some Tom Thumb lettuce when the times come. I got some beans over there. Something's been munching on them, but I planted, I think, 6. I think 4 are still alive. Here I got my only bell pepper left. I had 2 others. The cats took care of one, and the groundhogs took care of another. So now I only got 1 left, which blows because that's the smallest one. But at least I have a pepper plant. Well, a bell pepper plant. And then these were the turnips I was talking about. I've been picking off the cabbage worms from this, as you can see. The 2 weeks that I spent not paying attention to this was not kind to these. And then what else did I plant in here? It says here that I planted some saltwort in here, but I don't see any saltwort. That stinks. I think I started some in the house. I really wanted to try that. Here is a Dr. Witch's yellow. I was gonna hang on to it just for the time being. I don't need the container right now. I'm gonna try to do some, what do they call it? Staggered plantings. So I don't need this one this week. I planted a couple things 2 weeks ago, a couple things last week, a couple things this week, and succession planting, that's what it is. And this is not looking the healthiest, but it does have a couple fruits coming in. Oh, there's a decent one over there. I can't really see it. Anyways, so there's that. This had my mushroom basket in it. Today I planted the Savannah mustards in it. Remember, that's a 20-day variety. We'll see how that goes. Over here are those onions and some carrots. I put the carrots in on 8/15, so almost a month ago, and that's what they're looking like. It's my nasturtium. Wow, this is the largest I've ever grown a nasturtium. So beautiful, so beautiful. I'm so glad I have that, and the way it's draping over, gives me ideas for next year. Over here, some more onions. Funny thing, these are throwing seeds, some of them. So I'm just gonna let them do that. That's fine. I've never had onions throw seeds, so I'm gonna see how that process goes. But these are much larger. Look at these. That's a red one there. But these are doing the best out of all of them, as you can see. And then I threw some parsley down in there. Right here are the 2 sunrise sauce plants. I was trying to wait until all the fruit on them matured, and mostly they have. Again, this is just like the Dr. Witch's yellow. I don't really need this container right now. Maybe next week, depending on what I plan on dropping. And then same here. I took some cuttings from this Cuban oregano, and I got it growing in the house. I'm scared to touch it because I'm not sure how delicate the roots are right now. It's only been about a week. But I really want to try to propagate this so I can have it in the house during the winter and then have it again for next year. I tried dehydrating it and it did not work out, but I also didn't pay attention to what I was doing. So definitely user error there. I'm going to try it again. Here, parsley is doing really great. Seems to love this type of temperature. I'm all down for that. My potatoes doing their thing. I'm just gonna let them keep growing until they start dying back. Probably should have put a cage in there like last time that they could have grown through, but I didn't. I didn't even actually think they would grow, so much for what I know. So here's my asparagus. It's been going all summer long. which is awesome. Here's my mini bell tomato plant. It's starting to look a little sad. Probably be pulling this soon. Somehow I got some tatsoi in there. See that in there? I don't know. And there's another one in the back, a smaller one. I think I planted it, forgot I planted it, and then now it's doing something. Okay, so I let that celery go. That was the Chinese pink celery. It is no longer pink, clearly. But I've been saving the celery seeds. And there are tons of them on these plants. This plant, it's actually only one celery plant with a bunch of stalks. All right, moving on. I have this container to plant up. Maybe next week, maybe tomorrow, I don't know. My rose is doing good. I did not expect this to get so big. Remember when I got it, it was like down to here. Look at it now. I'm so excited. I mean, I'm happy about it. I love it. It's beautiful, and it's been insanely easy to grow. This is the petite knockout variety, and I think I did buy fertilizer for it, and I fertilized it once. This is the Niagus. I thought I had pulled it. I didn't, and it looks like it needs to be pulled. Look at that thing. It's got a couple fruits on it. I don't know, but it's all dried up. Look at that. Yeah. Needs to be pulled, but I don't need it right now, so I'm just leaving it. Whatever. And then let's go back here right quick. So this was that cherry tomato that the groundhogs had found, and they lost their damn mind and trampled over my coleus that was in the same container. This one is not black cherry, it's a red cherry, and I don't know what it is. It could be the sweet, I think it must be the sweetie then. Yeah, it must be the sweetie, because it's definitely not the sweetheart. We would know from the shape of the flowers. Anyway, so I brought that back here, and then this is a Dr. Witchy's yellow that is in the blue container in here. It did have a fruit on it. Yeah, there it is down there. So, and then there's some flowers in the back there, so that's going to be doing something eventually. And nothing else back here. And for today, I really wanted to get all these weeds around the buckets picked up. But for today, I was out here for close to 4 hours. I'll figure conservatively, 4 hours cleaning up from my absolute neglect. And I don't know if you can tell, but it is way better shape than it was 4 hours ago. So I'm pretty proud of what I've done here. I am now going to go in the house and we're going to watch OSU and some Notre Dame football. Those are our teams. Anyway, so yeah, back on the scene and getting ready for fall. Yeah, this is things how things are looking. I'm pretty pleased. I did a good job today. I had to, because nobody else was going to do it for me. All right, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week ahead. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.